Hello guys. I'm still recovering, by the way. I hope y'all are doing well. So in this video, I want to kind of, take a little break from college algebra and do some calculus, okay? So in this example that we're going to do, let me just kind of go over here. It says, find the indefinite integral using integration by parts. So I don't know how many videos I've done for integration by parts, but if anybody does ever, struggle with integration by parts and you're trying to figure out how to do it and you're not sure how to do it, then this is the video you can go to, or one of the videos you can go to. So we have the integral of x sine of x dx, and this is I would say this is a pretty simple type of integration by parts integral, at least I hope. Well, actually, I'm not sure, I'm not 100% sure, but we're basically using integration by parts, and so you guys know, integration by parts has the following formula. So let me just kind of integration, and sorry about my handwriting, integration by parts. So basically integration by parts is what we're doing here. Integration by parts. So basically the rule is that if you have an integral of, let's say, u dv, where there's u and then there's a derivative of v, and then this is going to equal to uv, so it's going to be u and then v, we do v in this color, and then minus the integral of v, and then I'll do du as this one. So basically this is the rule, right? Excuse me. So the basic kind of the idea is we want to know what u and dv are. So there's a certain acronym, we call it Li8, and this tells you exactly what u will be. So the first stands for logarithmic. Okay, so logarithmic, and then inverse, excuse me, inverse, algebraic, and then trig, and then exponential. So looking at this integral here, we have an x and we also have a sine of x, right? And we don't know if it's going to be x dx or, x sine of x dx. So that's why we have this acronym here, which is Li8. So looking at what I have here, I have an algebraic term, which is x, and then I also have a trigonometric term, which is sine of x, right? So this is algebraic. So that's algebraic, right? And then this is trigonometric. It's trig, right? So then looking at this determines what u will be. Now, obviously there's no logarithms. There's no inverse functions. There is an algebraic function, and that's x. So since this is the first thing I come across, then obviously u is going to be x, because if there was no algebraic and then let's say there was a trig function like sine of x, then of course sine of x would be considered the value of u. So u is actually going to be x, right? So u will be x. So that's one of the things that I wanted to kind of show you guys, is this is the way that you determine what u is. And then dv, obviously, since this is u, then this entire part here has to be dv, right? So dv is obviously sine of x dx, right? So I really wanted to make that very clear in case you guys have trouble understanding what u and dv are. So then basically you're just going to plug it in. So we have the integral of x, and then you have sine of x dx, so sine of x dx, and then you have, it's going to be x, and then obviously we need to find v, right? V is really going to be the integral, of dv, right? So it's going to be the integral of dv. And what is dv? dv is sine of x dx. So v will be the integral of sine of x dx. And the integral of sine of x dx, well, since the derivative of negative cosine of x, is going to be sine of x, then that means that the integral of sine of x is going to be, or dx is going to be negative cosine of x. So this is going to, so v is going to be negative cosine of x. Okay. So that is what v is. And then du, obviously, du is easy because since u is x, du is just going to be dx. So now we have everything, right? So this is going to be x, and then, so that's u, right? So this is u, and then times v is going to be times the negative cosine of x, so times negative cosine of x, which is like this, and then minus the integral of, it's going to be negative cosine of x, and then du, which is dx, right? So now we just have to clean it up a little bit. So we don't need the colors anymore here, since we kind of already can simplify it the way that it goes. So we have the integral of x sine of x dx is equal to negative x cosine of x, and then plus the integral of cosine of x dx. So now it's just a matter of, and obviously we know what the integral of cosine of x is, right? If you guys don't know your integrals for trig, I would recommend that you memorize them some way, or that's if you don't have reference to them. If they give them to you, then that's fine, but I would recommend that you either use derivatives to find the integral, or either you know the derivatives and then you can find the integral using those, or you memorize the integral. So yeah, so we have negative x cosine of x, and then this is going to be plus, and then the integral of cosine of x obviously is going to be sine of x, and then plus our constant of integration c. So this is how you do this problem, guys. If I went a little too fast, please let me know. I really tried to explain how to do this one. It's a pretty easy one, if I do say so myself, but then again, if you're barely starting with this topic, it can look a little bit difficult if you really don't know how it all works. So I would really recommend that we memorize this formula here, because that's going to help a lot. And as well as knowing this acronym, because this acronym, Lie8, tells you what u will be. So yeah. So with that being said, guys, that is it for this video. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. And please like, comment, and or subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.